grand entry and honoring nearly 50 years in the making for one man, Leonard Peltier, a well-known member of the American Indian Movement, or AIM.
Something I didn't do.
Thousands of people from all over the U.S. and Canada came to the Skydancer Event Center on the Turtle Mountain Indian Reservation in North Dakota. Fabian Hurd traveled from Bemidji, Minnesota.
Well, my older sister, she was an activist. I mean, I never did understand what AIM was about until I grew older. And so that's what brought me here today, welcoming Leonard home.
Even Terry Nelson from Rosal River in southern Manitoba, an AIM activist, made the trip.
Happy that he's going to end up at some point in a Sundance, which is going to, that's the spirituality of our people is still there.
For Jer Peltier, it was a chance to meet his great-uncle for the first time.
This is really important for the community, but on an international level, on an international indigenous political level, this is, a really big deal. This is, again, something that has been advocated for so long by so many people.
Peltier had hundreds of cameras on him all day long, from media to regular people and their cell phones to an entire documentary crew headed up by Jane Myers.
And I think as Native people, the way that we were 30 years ago, 40 years ago, even 25 years ago, we didn't have this A game. And we didn't have filmmakers that were making films and that were behind the helm to tell our stories from our point of view.
Myers' documentary called Free Leonard Peltier aired at the Sundance Film Festival. She plans to add his return home to the film. Myers says she's in talks with 4 major companies for distribution. Because of this, Peltier was not doing interviews with news networks. Peltier went to prison for killing 2 FBI agents in 1975 on the Pine Ridge Reservation in South Dakota. He and many others in Indian country maintain he was locked up based on false evidence. While he didn't get a pardon, he got clemency last month by outgoing U.S. President Joe Biden, with poor health cited as reasoning for him to serve out the remainder of his sentence on house arrest. During the homecoming, organizers reminded spectators all day long to give Peltier space for his immune system. Turtle Mountain Tribal Chairman Jamie Azure was amongst Peltier's support letters for clemency. Azure wasn't born yet when Peltier was sentenced.
Leonard Peltier's name was almost a character in a book for most of my life until this leadership position. And now it's almost like bringing characters to life and really sitting down and saying it's a real person. And he really did go through these things.
A figure that many here, including 17-year-old Kurt Fleury, only learned about in school. He's come to show support and wants to talk with his fellow tribal member.
Ask him how it felt whenever he got sentenced and how those people made him feel.
There are some, including the FBI, who believe Peltier shouldn't have been granted clemency, as well as those who believe he was complicit in the circumstances surrounding fellow AIM member Annie Mae Pictou Aquash's murder, who say they can't support someone who condones violence on Indigenous women. But for those at his homecoming, they didn't let those concerns dampen their spirits. Pierre Wheatley, APTN National News, Winnipeg.